That should be good to go. What's going on, guys? How's it going? I am so sorry I'm late again. Freaking, I was at the range with Clint and Aaron and Jason, and I barely made it. Let me put this arm down a little bit so it's a lot better this way. There we go. How's it going, guys? How are things? Everything good? I'm here, right? Yeah. Let me check, dude. Hold on. Let me check. I'm here, right? Yeah. Perfect. Check, dude. How are things, guys? What's going on, Tom, Veteran, Jessica, Jeremy, General Lee? How's it going, man? Good seeing you guys. Good seeing everybody. Steve, good seeing you again, man. I didn't get a chance to make my coffee tonight. I am back. Back. Literally, I haven't stopped. I've been out since 6 a.m. in the morning. I just got home. It's a little bit after 1900 hours. These are not the droids, yeah. Northeast Philadelphia. Good seeing you. Chef Jackson, I need to win that. Yeah, I need to win that scar too, man. Truth Hurts, how's it going? Yeah, there is sound, bro. Assassin, if there's no sound, it's problem's you. All right. Mike, I've learned so much for your videos in the last 1.5 years since joining the 2A community. That's good to hear, man. Really, really good to hear. All right. What's happening, Mike? Hello from East Texas. Jerry, good seeing you, man. Elijah, emotionally exhausted, worrying about my friends and family in Israel. Oh, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. So who do you have in there in Israel, man? Do you, when you say family, I mean friends, definitely. Who's in your family there? And are you from there? Jack Squad, hello from Arizona. Good seeing you guys. Good seeing all of you guys, man. What's up from Kentucky, man? Good seeing all of you guys here. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Anybody who doesn't know? Charlotte, North Carolina. Classic is in North Carolina, so I live in Charlotte. I'm kind of getting used to it right now because I'm from Chicago, and all my friends and people I consider family are up there, so I definitely miss them. Nebraska, how's it going? What's up from Colorado? Colorado, man. How's the gun laws up in Colorado? Illinois. Nathan, hey, what part of Illinois? What part of Illinois, man? I'm from Illinois, too, pretty much. I mean, I was born and partially raised in Turkey, but I'm more from Illinois than anywhere else in the world, pretty much, because I lived like 15 years in that area. West Texas. All right. So what's going on, guys? What's up, Chris? Good seeing you, man. All right, so today, me, Clint, and Jason, and Aaron, we did a Bust Your Builds video. So when you guys join these live streams, you actually get a little bit spoilers because I tell you guys what we do. So today, that's what we did. We filmed a podcast, a CF podcast. It's going to be aired at CF Podcast. We're going to talk about, when you guys watch it, we talked about all kinds of current state of affairs, what's going on in the world. And it was a really, really good one. And then we filmed M4 versus 1301 tactical video. I just literally left that. That's why I'm late, because we filmed way down in South Carolina. So I literally flew up to Charlotte to get to do this live stream. But yeah, we filmed Bust Your Builds. You guys sent us a bunch of photographs of your rifle builds. And it was, let's just say, pretty fun video. So don't hate us, though. So criticism was all out of love. That's all. Born and raised in Northern Illinois, DeKalb. Escaped to Kentucky where I retired from the military. Well, thanks for your service, man, first of all. And, I mean, DeKalb is pretty... Illinois was decent. It just went to shit lately, recently, in the last, I would say, year. That Safety Act bullshit, and now the whole assault weapons ban thing and magazine restrictions. I feel like, guys, those assault weapon bans and the magazine restriction stuff is going to be shut down sooner or later in Illinois and everywhere else, honestly. That's it. All right, so Westboy, $5. Thanks, dude. First of all, good seeing you again. If you're ever at South Park Mall, I'm up there. I am the UPS driver there. Okay, that MMP S2 is a bare bones. If you remember last stream, yeah, I do remember that. Okay, dude, yeah, I'd love to meet you, man. Absolutely, UPS driver up there, and you guys do pretty well as a UPS driver. One of my friends in Illinois is a UPS driver. Union and everything, like he's pretty happy with it. So, Westboy, here's what I recommend you. Watch our Bust Your Builds video. It's gonna air, I don't know when, but we just filmed it today. We literally talk about our own builds. Like I had my own build from US Arms Co., and Clint had his own Daniel Defense, and then Jason and Aaron had their own, right? And we also kind of like praise or criticize you guys' builds that you guys sent us, all four of us. It was a really fun video, but very educational because kind of we threw our own opinions on what it should be on there, what it shouldn't be. So I think if you watch that video, and also I made a video at Classic, things that you should upgrade on your AR-15. Watch those videos. I think that'll give you a very good idea on what you should put on that MMPS2. So, that is it. Moving on. There you go. Was surprised Israel citizens did not have any firearms. All right, guys, let me ask you this. Did any of you, were you guys like me when this whole Israel thing came out, that you thought that, like not just when this thing came out, like anytime you thought of Israel, were you like me where you thought Israel folks, like the citizens, were all armed? It was like a part of the culture, even better than the United States? Because that's what I thought. And when this whole shit went down, I saw Israel, like the civilians, weren't allowed to have any rifles, handguns only, and 50 rounds only. Like, who in the hell wrote that law? I'm honestly curious. Like, who wrote the law that you can only have a pistol and only have 50 rounds? Anybody, any government that writes that law is literally, this is my personal opinion, by the way. Anybody you think, it's not Classic's opinion, this is just my personal, Kaya's opinion. They just want to make sure they can enslave you. All right? Oh, just 50 rounds, handgun only, because you can't do shit with that. Okay? Show me a bad guy that has a gun that just carries 50 rounds on them, right? They're going to have a lot more. So I think any government that does that, they don't have the interests of their citizens in their mind when they do that. So I thought they were heavily armed. Same here. I honestly thought Israeli folks, because again, we'll get into the politics of it. So it's not like, oh, who's right? Israel is right. Palestine is right. Let's put that aside. Israel is a Jewish nation surrounded by Muslim nations. And these two religions have been in clashes for thousands of years. So you are surrounded by folks who don't like you, or you guys just fight each other, who's right or wrong. I'm not getting into it yet. I will. Why on earth would you trust your walls and disarm your citizens? In my opinion, if maybe this is not the right time, when the dust settles in Israel, citizens need to question their government on the government's ability to protect them. Because if we learned anything here in Israel, like literally, guys, if we learned anything in Israel, that your government is really not there to protect you. They can't. I mean, fine, sure, your law enforcement, your military, of course, they'll get there. When they get there, they'll fight, right, as best as they can. But bro, by the time they get there, things are generally too late, especially on an organized attack like what happened on October 7th, right? Hey, real, you write free Palestine, I get it, but if you start spamming it, I'm gonna ban you, FYI. And this, you could, even if you wrote support Israel, don't spam the chat. Okay? That's all I'm going to ask you guys. Don't spam the chat. Just put your opinion once. But if you start writing that, I'm going to ban you. So anyways, the government will not be able to protect you. It's just going to be too late. We just saw 1,400 people got slaughtered on October 7th because they just simply weren't armed. And anybody who was armed, they were able to actually fight back. Did you guys hear the story? Wait. Let me see. Let me ask you guys. Did you guys hear this story? This husband and wife, young husband and wife, they were in the military, so they had the AR-15s at home. They had 2 kids, and these Hamas terrorists were coming at them. They put their 2 kids on some bomb shelter somewhere. They kind of hit them, and then they clashed with these Hamas guys. And somebody says 12, somebody said 7. But anyways, the husband and wife got killed, but not without a fight. And when their the uncle showed up, because they called their uncle right before the gunfight, when the uncle showed up, he found the husband and wife dead, among with, again, some say 12, some say 7, multiple Hamas casualties in there. So they actually had a good fight. So that shows right there that government wasn't there to protect you. It was you protected you as much as you could. Obviously, in that case, they were just simply overpowered. You know? What do you guys think about that? What's up, Mike? How's it going, man? So let me see what we got here. I'm trying to read the chat. Tim Johnson, if Trump was in the office right now, do you think this would be ongoing right now? I mean, I believe if Trump was in the office, I don't think this would be happening because he was pretty harsh on these guys. And I think some of these nations would probably think twice acting. But that doesn't mean they wouldn't. Because, bro, I mean, terrorists, they don't care to die. Their ideology is a little bit different, right? So could it happen under Trump administration? Could have happened under Trump administration? I don't think it would have, but there's still a chance that it would have. I'm not sure how Trump would have responded, but what do you guys think? Do you think we should get in on this? We should actually get in and fight? I mean, I personally don't think so. I don't think that's good for us. But let me see. We got a super chat. Hold on. There's a super chat that I got to read. Where is it? There you go. Wait. There's 2 super chats. Wait. Chris Hunter, $5. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate you. Good news, our Speaker of the House is a strong 2A supporter. Hope they start getting something done. Yeah, dude, I heard about that today, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's good. And Gunners of America supported that guy too, so that's very, very good. All right, see, where's the other super chat? Why am I not finding it? There you go. Nick Coward, $5. Any recommendations for winning over gay men as a whole to supporting Second Amendment? I've tried quite a few approaches with limited success. 2A's for everyone. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think of some who's gay, who's not. You're right, 2A is for everyone, but I personally know, like when I used to be a police officer in that community, I got to meet a lot of people, obviously. I know a couple of gay dudes, they are just hardcore conservatives. So just because somebody's gay doesn't mean they're liberal or left-leaning, but because like these openly gay, let's just say, openly gay folks generally we encounter them in liberal cities, so they tend to be more left-leaning. So winning them over, I don't think that has anything to do with them being gay. It's just their views. So there's a lot of probably, I don't know the statistics, but there's probably a lot of gay men and women who are just hardcore conservatives, and they're all about Second Amendment. In fact, actually, I just remembered, back when I was a state trooper in Illinois, one of the district commander, and I love the guy, I'm not going to give his name, love the guy, he's awesome, full-blown gay. He was actually married to another man, and they're still together and everything. Great guy, hardcore Second Amendment guy. I personally know him, and he was the captain of a district. So I don't think the Second Amendment, it's not like, oh, gay people. It's for everybody, dude. I agree. So thanks for the contribution, brother. So So let's see what else we got. City folks, period, tend to be lefty. I agree. That actually shows tribalism right there, guys. If you look at it, people just get into that. Tribalism is obviously a real thing, right? People, when you're in a neighborhood or in an area where people are leaning one way, there's a reason for that. Like, even if you have different views, when you get in on that, you start drinking the Kool-Aid. Like, Jordan Peterson actually says this, and I love Jordan Peterson. Anybody who doesn't know Jordan Peterson, I highly recommend you follow him or just watching some of his videos. He could be a little bit heated. He could be a little bit controversial. But overall, I think he speaks the truth based on his experience and his expertise, which is clinical psychology. He says that if you get into a group, let's say a group of thieves, and you're not a thief, you're gonna start committing theft, or you're gonna have to get out of the group. You can't just stay clean and still be part of that group. Eventually, you will drink that Kool-Aid. So if you hang out with smokers all the time and you're like this tight-knit, close group, you're gonna end up smoking with them, or you're just gonna have to get out. Like, it's very, very unlikely, he says, that you're not going to be part of, like, you're not going to do what they do. So that's literally, there's a thing called group polarization. Exactly. That's literally what it is. That's why in the cities, like I lived in Chicago. I live in Charlotte downtown right now, but forget this place. When I lived in Chicago, I had my running group. Like I had a group of friends like I'd hang out with, and predominantly they were left leaning. So I go hang out with them, and they were just like, and I was a trooper then. I wouldn't tell some of them, right? Some of the guys that we would encounter, and they would just like openly talk about their political leanings. And it was crazy how everybody was like left leaning. And there would be one person who has no clue about a specific topic, and folks around them talk their own opinions. And that person would just drink the Kool-Aid. It's like, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, well, I'm on board. So tribalism, bro. That's just how it works. So, Steve, I fully believe that if there is a World War III in our near future, it'll also be fought here in the United States. Really? Do you really? I don't think so, Steve. My personal opinion. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with Steve? Do you guys think that if in World War III it would also be fought here in the United States? You know what? How about this? I think if that was fought here in the United States, it will be some random, like terrorist bombings type, like, we encountered a Boston bombing, or 9/11 is obviously a stretch. It could happen again, obviously. But I don't think there will be any kind of militaries doing any operations here in the United States. That doesn't mean, Roman Empire didn't think they would ever fall, right? And they're done. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there could ever be another military invading or just attacking us here? Wait. CJ, boom. CJ, yes. Have you seen the amount of extremists we have let in? Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying, CJ, last podcast. Not podcast, live stream. That's exactly what I was talking about. I said, not all invasions are done by like troops that we see on a traditional way, right? A bunch of like soldiers organize and attack. We keep letting people in. We don't know who the heck they are. Who's to say they can't organize in here? That's what I said. That's why I was telling you guys, my opinion is, yes, Israel is our friend, like the United States ally. Of course, the United States will support Israel. But I think there's a fine line there. Like, if we get involved with that crap, we can never get out of it. It'll just suck us dry like Vietnam. And we have bigger problems like the southern border here. So, Travel 1970, attacks on the grid and slight interruptions on the supply chain is about what we can expect here. Also, cyber warfare against the U.S. would be likely. I agree. Now, these I 100% agree. Definitely supply chain issues, and cyber warfare is already happening. Anybody who thinks that we're not in a cyber warfare right now with Russia and China and other countries, you are sleeping, bro. Trust me, the United States is currently in a cyber warfare. It's an ongoing cyber warfare. All right, it happens all the time. I mean, just recently. I mean, when I say recently, I'm saying in the last 3 years, where Russia got a hold of a lot of documents, a lot of like classified background check documents called SF-86 from the DOJ. They got all that information. All right. So it happens all the time. The U.S. is obviously attacking certain people, certain nations, whatever. There's cyber attacks, let's just say. And other countries are attacking the U.S. This is ongoing. So, but when it comes to supply chain, we've all seen what happened at COVID. Like during COVID, some idiot went and grabbed a couple of extra boxes of toilet paper. Another idiot saw that person, and then everybody followed. And next thing you know, during COVID, we literally ran out of toilet paper. You guys saw it. This country, nobody had toilet paper. So literally one false narrative, one little panic act, boom, things are gone. And here we are struggling to get that stuff stocked up. So I think that supply chain thing is very easily one of the biggest problems, because people can panic over here, and also obviously we could have issues from China and other countries that we do business with, trade with. So that could be something. All right. My world is was John Kerry committed treason giving info to Iran on Israel. When did that happen? I heard about that. I heard John Kerry, I guess, during a meeting with Iran officials, gave some information. I don't know the details. Do you guys know what happened with that? Oh, wait. If team countermeasure, if we get stretched too thin, start having major losses, somebody might test the... I agree with you, dude. Ukraine. Everybody knows what's going on in Ukraine. It's so funny. Everybody just suddenly forgot Ukraine, right? Nobody's talking about Ukraine now. Have you seen the news? I watch the news every single day, guys, so I'm pretty up to speed on a lot of these issues. Nobody's talking about the Ukraine. Nobody. It's the whole Israel and Palestine thing right now. And I'm not saying it's not a big deal. Of course, it's a giant deal, but nobody's talking about the Ukraine. Now. All right. Rami, $5. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Hey, man, what's your opinion on the U.S. mainstream media has been covering this war? I honestly think U.S. mainstream media can just go suck it. They're horrible. Okay. How do I say this? People are pushing their own narrative. All right. So the war is, everybody can agree on this, or should agree. This is at least my opinion. The war is messed up. I will say it on the last 2 streams. I said it, and I'm going to say it again. What happened on October 7th was absolutely barbaric. Hamas just did some terrorism act. Hamas needs to be wiped out. I don't think Hamas is good for Palestinian people. Obviously, not good for Israeli people. Palestinian people doesn't mean Hamas. People confuse that. Some ignorant friends say that, hey, you know what? They elected Hamas, therefore they can all burn. I mean, what an idiot, whoever is thinking that way. Just imagine if somebody did that to your neighborhood. Oh, you voted for... Think about this, by the way. Biden is in the office. I didn't vote for Biden. Well, he's my president. So what does that mean? Somebody says that, oh, you know what? U.S. voted for him, so all U.S. can burn. If somebody said that, think about that. 50% of the country is completely against him. So same thing with Hamas. I think Hamas had about 60% support in Palestine. 40% were against Hamas. And then 60% were it. But Gaza is such a weird place that education is non-existent. So if somebody comes up to a neighborhood of 1,000 people, say that, hey, Hamas is good for us, people don't know any better. I mean it. They don't know any better. They'll take the votes. And who's to say Hamas didn't just rig stuff too? See what I'm saying? So Hamas knew if they attacked Israel the way they did, that Israel was going to carpet bomb the place. So Hamas knew thousands of civilians were going to die. Oh, by the way, I don't like the fact that Israel is just dropping bombs in those crowded areas. I will never be on board with that. As I said last time on my last live stream, I was like, guys, I'm all about humanity. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care who you are. Okay, if you're this innocent civilian and you're just getting destroyed, I can't stay on board with anybody who's doing that to you. Like what happened on October 7th to Israeli folks, it's heartbreaking. I watched those videos. Those asshole terrorists went out there and just executed folks just because they believed in a different religion or they just were a citizen of a different nation. That's why they died, right? Well, now some innocent Palestinians, kids, just like in Israel, now they're dying because of that. Is it an easy solution? Do I have a solution for Israel? Well, no, but my personal opinion is this is an ongoing conflict. It's not the first time. Okay, it's the first time Hamas went in and did this, but they've been killing each other for thousands of years. But 1948 and then 1967 UN borders, they've been doing this for quite some time. If you ask both sides, Israel says Arabs declared a war against us and they are committed to eradicate us and commit a genocide and clear all the Jews out. Are there extremists thinking that way? I agree, absolutely. And now Israeli, like Jewish people or Israeli folks are saying that, you know what, we're defending ourselves and dropping bombs everywhere and killing a lot more than just a terrorist or whoever the enemy is. Well, with that, you're radicalizing more people. It's a never-ending revolving door of hell for everybody involved. So do I have a solution? I don't have a solution, but I'm thinking Israel, that UN borders, there's got to be some diplomatic solution here because nobody's going to win anything by killing. There's no way. You can't. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You can't. This war will cost Israel and everybody in the region thousands of lives, man. Yeah. So let's see. So anyways, going back to Rami, your question about mainstream media. If you watch Fox News says, you know what, carpet bomb the Gaza Strip. If you watch CNN, it's like, well, you know what, there's a lot of Palestinians that are dying and Israel is committing war crimes. I don't know what the answer is. All I can tell you is Israel is indeed killing innocent people. Hamas did indeed terrorize and killed innocent Israelis. Two wrongs don't make one right. Does Israel has the right to defend itself? Fuck yes, absolutely. If somebody came to my neighborhood and just slaughtered my people, I would be fighting them back with everything I got to. But the difference between Israel, which is a nation, respected nation, U.S. ally, and Hamas, which I call a terrorist group because they are a terrorist group for what they did on October 7th. They're not the same. Israel can't act like Hamas. Hamas, these terrorist outlaws, Israel's got to follow certain rules. That's all I can say, but I know it's not what some folks that want to hear this because so many people got slaughtered, so you got to have a harsh response. It's war. I understand collateral damage, but what is the appropriate number of civilians casualties? I don't know, guys. I'm not some political expert, but all I can tell you is civilians are dying on both sides. Well, now on just Palestinian sides because the Israeli deaths stopped. Thankfully, of course. I hope the Palestinian innocent lives' death will stop sometime very soon too, because my heart goes out for them, not for Hamas. All right, going here. Great Big Ferg, $10. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate your contribution. What are your opinions on the 5.7 by 28 round? I only have a 9mm for carry, and my 30-06 grandpa gave me. Then I have the Ruger 5.7 carbine I just bought as a truck gun. Do I need a 5.56 similar to? Dude, 5.56 is my caliber. I love it. And the reason I like 5.56, let me tell you this. It is so abundant. Like, they're everywhere. You can get it. Even though right now it's kind of like the shortage due to the conflict in Israel. 5.56 is my favorite cartridge. You can carry a shit ton on you. The recoil is very manageable. You can still reach out and touch 500 yards, depending on the setup that you have, right? And fairly accurate. And when it comes to terminal ballistics, it's pretty effective. So 5.56 overall is a great cartridge. However, 5.7 is not bad either. It's not as good as 5.56. The problem with 5.7 is the ammo. You know, it's not as easily available, right? It's not all over the place, not as cheap. So, but 5.7 is pretty good. Now, the 5.7 full metal jacket doesn't defeat body armor. A 9mm is going to have a better hit on target than a 5.7 does. Now, 5.7 goes real fast, but it's a tiny little thing. So it's good. It's a fun gun to shoot, like fun round to shoot. In fact, I was just shooting just a few days ago. I was at the range shooting the 5.7. It's a fun gun, fun round. Do you need a 5.56? If you don't have a 5.56 gun, I highly recommend you have at least one. That's all. Thanks, dude. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Steve, I have no confidence in any of the media. I have zero confidence in the media too, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dude, if the Palestinians aren't going to deal with Hamas, then Israel will. Well, I mean, Palestinians are... How are they supposed to deal with Hamas? Like, let me ask you guys this. How is Palestinians... How are they supposed to deal with them? Because Hamas is a brutal organization, right? They're terrorists, man. They're a terrorist organization. I'll never be on board with Hamas. I'll be on board with Palestinian people and Israeli people, both. Because again, I'm on the both sides. I support Palestinian folks. I support Israeli folks. I don't support Hamas. But I agree with you on Israeli dealing with Hamas. But at what cost? You see what I'm saying? Because Israel can obviously annihilate Hamas. But if there's 1,000 Hamas fighters, Israel is going to kill 10,000 civilians right next to that. By killing 10,000 civilians of Hamas, civilians of Palestine, they just made another 10,000 Hamas terrorists. You can't kill people and expect to not radicalize so many more. So what do you want to do? Not an easy answer, but trust me, killing civilians is not the answer. I don't care what anybody says. Recommendation for nods, sub 10K, maybe another for sub, okay, 20K. Dude, have you checked out AGM? AGM Global. Those guys got some really decent nods under 10K. They're pretty awesome. I'd check them out. Go to AGM Global. And my buddy Justin that works there, I'm sure he'll help you out if you ever reach out to him. But AGM Global is pretty good. So, Mike, you missed my super. It's a legit gun question. Whoa, didn't I just look at it, Mike? I thought I did. That was was that the 5.7 question? Was that you? Hold on, Brandon, I'm going to answer you. Hold on one sec. Oh my God, there's so many super chats. I'm trying to get to them. Jeez. I didn't see all these super chats. Oh my God, Mike. Can't see it, dude. I'm sorry. I'll find it. Let's see. I don't want to miss. The chat's going up fast. All right, so J-Man, $5. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. I was torn between getting a CMG Endeavor and IWI Tavor 7, but the conflict leaned me towards the CMG by 20-ish%. Am I wrong for that? Absolutely not, dude. CMMG is actually pretty good. I like CMMG. I think you do pretty well with them, for sure. I mean, Tavor is great too, but the conflict, yeah, I get it. But CMMG, dude, you wouldn't go wrong with it. Trust me. Good stuff. I like them. Brandon, $4.99. Dog, what's the deal? You starting to finish channel? Okay, you look bananas. What's your routine like? Thanks, dude. Really appreciate you. Dude, my routine is literally I go to the gym every single day, but I want to be open with everybody. I'm on TRT, so I do testosterone replacement therapy. But I don't do anything crazy, very like low dose. Go 150 milligram to 200 milligrams per week. I sometimes go a little higher. But that's it. And I work out every single day and I eat pretty clean. But I have gotten myself to this level naturally numerous times. But as I'm getting older, I'm 40 years old now, guys, 40. And I figured fitness has been part of my life. And I was kind of losing motivation big time. And just overall, like, just wasn't feeling as good. So I decided to get on testosterone replacement therapy. So there's that. And I freaking love it because fitness is part of my life, right? And I don't ever plan on stopping unless I'm physically unable to. So I decided to get on it and I'm happy with it. So I'm not recommending everybody do it, but I'm happy with it. I'm not into this whole steroids thing where you just inject a bunch of different things and take I don't do that stuff. If I did that, frankly, I'd probably be much, much bigger, but testosterone replacement therapy, guys. That's what I do. TRT. Yeah. Think big, bodybuilding media, TRT. Now you're taking my language. Good work, brother. You're doing great, and 40 is the new 20. Thanks, brother. Really appreciate you. TRT has been, for me personally, is like the best. I freaking love the way I feel, dude. I love the way I feel. When you get to the gym and you start lifting and you start feeling fuller and stronger and just kind of just, that's my porn. So let's just say that. All right, we got some super chat. Team Countermeasure, 499, just because you had my earlier message. Oh, thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Thank you. And moving on to, we got a Mad Dog 2 000, $20. Thanks, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. What else we got? CJ, have you zeroed Whipple's ACR yet? Dude, I was at the range today with, again, Clint, Aaron, Jason, and myself. And the ACR was there, and I'd never fired an ACR before. I was going to, but I was freaking running late for this live stream, so I had to leave the range. In fact, I was going to do a video with me, Clint, Aaron, and Jason. 4 of us were going to do short stroke piston-driven guns, which ACR is part of it, video. I just couldn't be in that video. I was like, guys, I got to go, so I left. So I'm not going to be in that video. Moving on. I don't side with Palestinians, sorry, Jeremy Wilson. Hey, dude, we don't have to be on the same page. When I say I'm siding with Palestinians, it's not like I got any dog in the fight. I'm talking about innocent folks, guys. Okay, innocent. So if that was literally Chinese folks, if that was literally North Korean folks, Russian folks, I don't care. There are folks that are just the victim of the environment they're in. They're innocent folks. They're not part of the war, but it's just a fate for them. They're just caught up in there. My heart goes out to those people, okay? In this case, they happen to be Palestinians. My heart goes out to those Israelis that got murdered by those terrorists on October 7th. So if you're innocent folk, then I'm on your side. I don't care what you are. Moving on. God, they're not innocent if they voted for it. Hey, let me ask you a question, brother. Okay, let's get real here. Do you think those kids, ages like 5, 7, 10, 15, they voted for him? Do you think they chose to be there? No, they didn't. And let me ask you a question. Did you vote for Biden? You probably didn't if you're watching this. Well, guess what? He's our president. 50% of this nation didn't vote for him. So they start dropping bombs here, and right in our neighborhood right here, most people are conservative here, let's say, and we die from it. Did we really vote for him? Come on. That's not war. No. That's not how war works, bro. There are rules that are established for war, okay? You can't be dropping bombs in the middle of civilians having an outing, okay? Or in the middle of a city where you know, based on your intel, you're going to kill 100 civilians. That is not war, my friend. I'll never fucking agree with you on that one. That's not fucking war. That's called war crime. Don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Japan. So Japan thoughts. That was fucking wrong. I would never agree with that. I'd never agree with that. You drop. And by the way, do you think U.S. is proud of that? I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. So, moving on. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Moving on. Glenn Barr, agreed, Kai. Innocent people don't deserve to be used as human shield by Hamas. Exactly. Hamas is a terrorist organization. I think we all agree here. I think everybody in this chat agrees Hamas is just a freaking terrorist organization. I watched those videos, man. The way they went and killed those Israeli freaking older people and anybody, a civilian, the way they just executed them. How the fuck anybody can possibly support? Like, there's so many, like in this country right now, in the United States, there are fucking pro-Hamas protests on the streets. Like, it just boils my blood. I don't understand those people. And their argument is this: well, you know what? Israeli is a terrorist organization too. They've been killing civilians. It's not, again, I just clearly spoke my mind about what's happening with the whole Israel's bombing. I don't agree with that shit, okay? The way it's happening. I don't agree with it because civilians are dying like crazy in alarming numbers, right? And I understand Israel's got to do what they got to do to fight those evil folks. But bro, you're not on the same, like you're not the same, okay? You're not the same. Like a law enforcement officer can't take his gun out and start spraying all over the place in a crowded mall in an effort to kill one fucking bad guy and shoot 10 people behind that guy, right? Because a bad guy can do that, right? A freaking dirtbag, in an effort to hit one cop, just starts spraying, or one rival gangbanger, they can just start spraying bullets. They don't care who they hit. They're just sending some rounds downrange. That's the difference between a police officer and a dirtbag gangbanger, right? We all, I think, should agree with that. Well, that's the same thing applies to Israel, okay? Israel can't act like Hamas. Can't, because Hamas is terrorist. I understand. Oh, it's unfair. Well, that's how they killed us. I get it, man. Nobody's agreeing with you, like with that, with them. But what they did was horrible. What they did was terrorist act. But you got to find, you're Israel, you got to find a little bit different ways of taking them out, you know? So, Zach, $5. Thanks, dude. My dad and I are both Palestinian, and we don't know how to help our family or even who's alive. I'm sorry to hear that, man. It's kind of messed up over there right now. I hope they're doing well. So, all right, let's go. Jessica, I just saw the news of what happened to Larry Vickers, and it's really sad. Yeah, have you guys heard about Larry Vickers? Dude, Larry Vickers, I've personally met him. Obviously, we did podcasts together, and a great guy. But what I heard was just horrible. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Like, feds come after you, it doesn't look good, guys. Like, with especially those charges, IEPA and all those stuffs, like law enforcement letters, law letters, whatever they are. He pled guilty, so I think it's going to end up being, I don't know. I hope somehow he avoids prison, but I don't know how he could. But I don't know. I'm no judge, so we'll see. So, Conquistador. Anyway, it's $2. Thanks, dude. 5.56, 16-inch barrel suppressor. Why not? I mean, it'll make your gun a lot longer, but hey, why not? Suppressors are fun. Suppressors are actually fun. With 5.56, they're not all that quiet. Obviously, it's still pretty loud, but it's fun to shoot. Yeah, Huxworks got, Huxworks, LMT, Surefire, good brands. Definitely try them out. Well, hold on. I saw a super, hold on. Where's the super chat? Just above here. Whoa. 7.5, 8.5, 10.5, or 300 blackout guns. 7.5, dude. 7.5. And suppress that thing. 7.5. Hold on. Where's... Oh, I already saw this one. Hump day, exactly. Well, let me go all the way down. There's another super. Yep, there you go. Perfect. All right. Mike, Kai, are you a naturalized citizen like me? I'm from Canada, Montreal, and I had a green card for 15 years. I just got my citizenship last June. Our family did the legal way. Well, Mike, congratulations. I am a naturalized citizen. I became a U.S. citizen back in February. I know the date actually, February 17th of 2011. So it's been 12 years I've been a citizen. And I'm proud of it. I'm very happy. And I really, truly believe the United States is the greatest nation on earth. I was born and raised in Turkey. I love Turkey. I have my family. I have my friends. A lot of my Turkish followers. I love all of them. Great country, amazing people. But that doesn't mean I can't be proud of being an American here. You know what I'm saying? So I really do believe that the United States is the greatest nation on earth. And I'm proud to be here. And I'm proud to have served this nation over 10 years and different levels of law enforcement. I'm happy about it, you know? What's up, Chris? How's it going, man? Warner Robins, Georgia. I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia. In fact, my number is still 404, the old school Georgia number. Tim Johnson, do you think that America should pull its support from Ukraine and let her? I mean, here's the argument. I don't think we should be giving the support, the level of support that we are giving. Here's the argument. This is what some folks say. Hey, if we don't support Ukraine, Putin is going to take over Ukraine. A lot more people are going to die. Putin's going to take over Ukraine. Then after that, he's going to have his eyes on Poland and some other countries to expand his kingdom. So that's what they're saying. All right. So if China gets Taiwan, obviously Taiwan is a very, very critical place for the United States. That'll cripple the United States. The United States is going to be even more bound to China, and China is going to own the United States kind of a lot. The ownership is going to be much bigger, let's just say, right? Because China kind of owns us right now. So I don't know. I don't think we should be giving the support that we are giving to Ukraine because we have bigger deals. In an effort to like prevent a couple of guys, how do I say? In an effort to prevent a couple of guys doing their thing over there, and we don't want that to affect us later on. That's the argument. Well, we are literally getting invaded from our southern border. And I love how politicians are saying that, hey, you know what? We can do all of it. Then fucking do it. Our southern border is so messed up. Like literally Sheriff Mark Lamb, anybody who doesn't know, Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb. Go follow him on Instagram, guys. Go check him out. Like he was on 60 Days in Jails, like live PD. Like, oh, well, I don't know. Was he on live PD? Anyways, he's on Fox News all the time. He had this TV show. The man truly shows what the southern border is like, and he's probably one of the biggest fighter of the southern border protection. Sheriff Lamb, amazing American, right? That guy tells the truth when it comes to the border. He's literally the sheriff in Arizona. He literally knows it better than anybody. So, and according to him, it is worse than he's ever seen before. Why? Why is this happening? You know? Chris Fallon's, those thumbs. Wow, Chris. What's up, dude? What are you doing? You're watching my live streams too? Good. Good to see you here, man. My old friend Chris. Good seeing you, buddy. TNT Network, YouTube, that's my home, Pinal County. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Love that guy. Love that guy. So, what else? What else? Dude, I got to read some. I've been talking, so I haven't been reading the chat, so. Dual citizenship or straight American? United States government does not recognize dual citizenship. So when you become a U.S. citizen, you give up your entire loyalty to any other country, wherever you are originally from, right? So I do have my dual citizenship with Turkey, of course, but U.S. government doesn't recognize it. So whenever I travel with my U.S. passport. So. Who now has control of the Larry Vickers books? I don't know, man. I have no idea. I was in Turkey along the Iranian border. It's like Mars. People were living in caves with doors like hobbits. Yeah, dude. Eastern Turkey, if you go to actually Eastern Turkey, those villages, it's like, yeah, it's like old school shit there for sure. But if you go to Western Turkey, David, if you haven't checked it out, if you actually go to Western Turkey, big cities, it's pretty much the same. But if you go to Western Turkey, it's like Europe. It's no different, you know? It's so funny how if you're on the eastern end of Turkey, it's more Middle East. If you're on the western end of Turkey, it's like Europe. What else we got? Glenn Barr, wait. Kai, it sounds like a bit suspect to me, but the upside is if Mr. Wickers is convicted, he can appeal all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States. Dude, he pled guilty. What is he going to appeal to? He literally pled guilty. You know? So nothing he can do. He can change his plea. I think he's got some time, but he already pled guilty. So he said, I'm guilty. Fine. You know, he's going to have some sort of deal. So, where's that super? Yeah, there you go. Super chat. Mad Dog, $5. Thanks, dude. Eventually and unfortunately, everybody's going to stop supporting Israel according to the Bible. Dude, Bible's got some good information in there. I'll tell you this. I think my personal opinion on this topic is when it comes to Israel. In my opinion, Israel's got to be very careful on the way it's responding. Because, guys, if we haven't learned anything in our Middle East, the conflict in the Middle East, the Iraq, right, the Afghanistan and all that, dude, it's a different culture over there. Different culture. Muslims throughout the world are very protective of the religion itself. Like if you look at Christians are the religion, like anybody can make fun of Jesus and the Christianity and all that stuff. You can't do that with Islam religion. You just can't, because Muslims around the world aren't gonna be happy about that, and they're gonna push back on it. So it's different culture, different minds, right? If you go out to Israel, if Israel starts killing Palestinians like the way it's going right now, and I hope it stops. For the sake of humanity, it stops, right? You're going to radicalize more people. For every person you kill, you probably radicalize 10 more. Because there's family, friends of that person, but there's also other Muslims watching in the region, and they're showing great anger to this. So let's not talk about who's right, who's wrong. I'm trying to be here as objective as possible, right? If you keep killing, like bombing, like really like areas where I know there's Hamas and there's a lot of civilians, and boom, kids and people are just getting destroyed. And I know that's war, I get it. But if you keep doing that, how are you ever going to be safe in that region? Are you going to kill everybody? No, they're never gonna. You're going to radicalize more people. It's just gonna be a never-ending revolving door of hell for everybody. Like I said earlier, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, am hoping that there is some sort of diplomatic solution of some peace, which I truly also believe that we are furthest away from peace that we've ever been on the whole Israel and Palestine conflict. But I really hope something happens. Somebody gets in between, the Qatar, Turkey, whoever else gets there, and I don't know, man. Somebody talk some sense to both parties, and hopefully there's some sort of agreement, because I don't think Israel is ever going to win this war. I don't think anybody's going to ever win this war. Either side, it's just going to be constant killing, never-ending killing. And you're just going to keep radicalizing more people. The more Jewish people are going to hate those folks, and those folks are going to hate more Jewish people. It's just going to be a never-ending hate, and I hate to even see that. So, yeah. There's no negotiating with Hamas. Yeah, that's sad. Well, that is sad. Yeah. Dude tries to insult Turkey and Kaya be like, yeah, hey, Kaya tells the truth here. There are some parts of Turkey, some villages, it is like cave people. Just, I mean, think about the United States. Let's talk about the U.S. There are parts of the United States that looks like fucking third world country. Is it not? It's true. So there are parts of fucking Turkey. It's like that. There are parts of Germany that looks like shit. So moving on. According to the Bible, that part of the world will not know peace. I hope somehow it's established. All right. I didn't insult Turkey. I didn't take it that way, brother. Sometimes you get to speak the truth, and it may not be the best thing, but the truth is truth. That doesn't mean it's an insult. So, hey, Kaya, how about your opinion on what happened to CR's Firearms a while back? Ooh, that was a little different one with the auto card thing, right? In my opinion, I mean, of course, the whole ATF thing we all have. I don't agree with a bunch of things that the ATF does, of course. But I feel like that gentleman was a little bit poking the bear. As a former Fed myself, guys, and again, I wasn't investigating any of the gun stuff, so don't come at me, please. I'm a Second Amendment guy. I wouldn't mess with the feds, guys. I wouldn't, that doesn't mean you agree with them, but I wouldn't mess with them. That's all I'm going to say. So, I'll move on. Tell us about your current favorite firearm right now. CZ Bren 2. Gorgeous, gorgeous weapon system. I just got to shoot it today. Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. Kai, where are you from, bro? Originally. Hey, dude. I know some people are just newly tuning in. I'm originally from Istanbul, Turkey. Well, Turkey in general. But I'm 40 years old. So 20 years ago, I immigrated to the United States right after pretty much high school, a little bit college, but dropped out. Immigrated here, and I've been here for 20 years and U.S. citizen for the last almost 13 years. So, Salam Musta, Israel is not the U.S. with our wide open borders. Number one intelligence agency in the world, Mossad, didn't know the attack was coming. They let the attack happen to garner support for war. That's a conspiracy. You don't have any evidence that to be true, right? You can think what you want, and I'm not saying you're wrong. It is kind of fishy that, what the fuck? How the heck nobody saw this coming? But there are some reports that there were some early warnings, but they ignored. I don't know, man. You don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case. So moving on. PD, Kaya, what has your job been for the past 20 years? Oh, jobs? I had a lot of jobs, man. But if you don't count the last 2 years, which I kind of started my own business and I'm with Classic and doing my own little social media and other stuff, law enforcement. I was with the law enforcement, with certain law enforcement agencies. Okay, let's see what else we got. Netanyahu has a low approval rating before October 7th. If you think this thing helped Netanyahu, like this was like a thing, no. Because under Netanyahu's watch, Israel just had this terrible attack and 1,400 Israelis got killed. So if you're asking me, if you think Netanyahu had any type of, if he was behind this, I don't agree with that. I think he shot himself in the foot if he was behind. I don't agree with that. I don't think so, is what I'm saying. I think somebody shit the bed. Something happened, but I don't know what's going on. Okay, in the last 20 years, porn star, thumb wrestling champion, lots of law enforcement experience, etc. Yes, Chris, thank you. Thank you. Kaya, how does a foreigner with no college degree become a Fed? How do you know I don't have a college degree? How do you know? I have a 4-year criminology degree, guys. I have another 4 hotel management. So I got 2 degrees, basically. Glock 316, thank you for your service to your country. Much appreciated, Kai. Your stream is solid. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate you. Hearing these things definitely feels good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I got a lot of hate on some of the classic firearms videos. So it's good to hear some of this stuff. I dropped out of college in Turkey when I was there. But I've been here for 20 years, so I did a couple of things, like when it comes to school. Yeah, I dropped out of college in Turkey. I went to college here in the United States. I graduated in Madison, criminology. After my 4-year degree, I joined the Bureau. It took a few years, obviously. Dylan, have you heard about the registration on guns in Illinois? If you have, would you register your guns? I'll tell you this, guys. I represent a company here, right? I work for Classic Firearms, and this is an official Classic Firearms live stream, although I kind of speak my own mind. But there's certain lines I don't want to cross, like such as giving illegal advice, right? You guys understand what I'm saying? If law says do this, then you guys should follow the law. That's what I'm going to tell you. That's your political answer right here. I don't agree with what Illinois is doing. Moving on. Lex. Oh, wait. Lex, Res, thank you, man. Really appreciate it. I enjoy your input and what you bring to the Class Firearms channel. Thanks, man. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Mad Dog, $5. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. What do you think about how the pistol brace will turn out? I think pistol brace is going to get shut down eventually. Look, dude. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. And I'm going to go back to the other, what was the other super chat we have? Again, I said this on at least two different live streams. I never thought of this. And thanks to that judge, who was that? Was that judge? I forgot the judge's name. So the ATF's argument was, hey, if you have that pistol brace, that stabilizes the gun on your shoulder, so therefore you are more accurate with it. So ATF's point of view is like, they could attack the government people with those kind of like short barrel stocks, whatever. They could attack the government. Against the government, they would be more accurate. But in reality, of course, yeah, the Second Amendment is against tyranny. But in reality, a lot of people have these, like all of us have these guns. The main point is for self-defense, right? And a lot of times, self-defense applies to other dirtbags on the streets that are trying to harm us. And the judge told the ATF, oh, so you're saying these guys, millions of Americans, they would be more accurate? And ATF is like, yeah. And he was like, wait a minute, then they should use that. So they are more effectively able to defend themselves. And there is less risk of unintended targets. So you would actually be engaging the threat more accurately. So it was just a real nice curveball. And I was like, holy crap, I never thought about it from that angle. Like, I understand why the government has been trying to get it out of our hands. But the judge is like, wait a minute. If that's what you're saying, which ATF documented and admitted, that's what it does. Judges like, then people should have this. In fact, short barrel, not the short barrel, the whole stocks should be legal. So there's that argument right now on the table. I don't know what's going to happen with the short barrel rifle thing, but at least on the brace thing, that ATF has admitted that it would make them more accurate. And the judge said, then they should be able to defend themselves a lot easier. So this is good for them. So there's this. Mad Dog, $2. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. You're really cool. Thanks, man. I believe I am. I mean, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I try to be good for the most part, The whole NFA needs to be overturned. I agree, man. Shut down NFA, Like the whole short barrel rifle. Like, look at a bullpup. You guys know about bullpups, right? A bullpup rifle is literally sometimes in cases even shorter than some of the SBRs. Bullpups are like, they're very little. So the SBRs, the whole idea behind the SBRs being illegal is because they're more concealable. Well, what about bullpups? You know, they're literally shorter than some of the SBRs out there. Zachary, Sleepy Joe walking into the World War III military-industrial complex alive and well. I agree. And suppressor, Stephen, thanks a lot. Dude, suppressor are so vital. Like, think about this. You're in your own home. You got your little 300 blackout SPR, or just even 16-inch, right? And you got it suppressed. Dude, at home, if you, God forbid, get engaged with anybody, has any of you guys ever been around a 5.56, even 16-inch barrel, doesn't matter, going off with just basic flash hider around you with no ear pro? It's loud. It's concussive. It just is, okay? That tiny little thing, it leaves the barrel pretty hot. So if you have the suppressor, you could actually more effectively communicate with your loved ones. You won't lose your hearing. I know the auditory exclusion does happen, but not always. So a suppressor would be even safer for everybody. But nope, government wants it banned. You know. Ali John, Turkish lira 110. Thanks, dude. Hey, Abi, I'm Tower Guard. By the way, I want to say we missed you in your own channel streams. When you come back live, take care. Love you. I'm done. I stopped live streaming on my own channel because I was getting too tired, dude. So I'm sorry. I'm done live streaming on my own channel. It's too tiring. It was good times. I mean, I had really fun with you guys. Anybody who's listening and doesn't know, I have my own Turkish following, my own social media and everything. And I used to live stream on Twitch like 3 times a week. And it was great. Thousands of people watched. It was fun. But man, I really got tired pretty quick. So, Armchair Operator. Hey, good seeing you again, dude. $2. Thanks, brother. Yo, Kaya, great stream. Keep up the great work. Thanks, brother. Really appreciate it. Good seeing you. Absolutely. Well, let's see what was that. David, dude, I work for a really large bank. They already know everything about you. Oh, yeah. Trust me. The government knows everything about you. Hey, Kaya, what made you switch careers? Well, from my law enforcement, city to state to bureau, I just kept going up. Bureau, just political bullshit, unfair treatment, and basically I had no choice but leave. Yeah. And then later on, apologize. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, Kaya. Yeah, fuck you guys. Not all of them, just a few of them. Even though I ended my career there on a political bullshit, I can't hate on everybody. There's some amazing people that I know there that work there. So it's just due to the action of few corrupt agents, I left the bureau. Let's just say that. But there are really good people still working there. I know a lot of folks watching right now hate the FBI and all that stuff, and I hate the DOJ, the politicization of the whole DOJ thing. And I understand upstairs, the executive management, there's some folks in there who may not be making the best decisions, but boots on the ground, there are some awesome people there. Yeah. Great stream, Kai. I appreciate your opinions. Thanks, Steve. Always good seeing you, man. And I really appreciate you always stopping by on my streams. So thank you. Tax stamp is when the government sells our rights back to you. That's right. That is actually, it's true, man. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Click the like button, y'all. Spiky Mikey. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we have. I think I missed some bunch of different chats here. William, do you believe that Israel has the right to defend itself? Israel and everybody in the world, they have the right to defend themselves. Remember the word defend. Defense is one of our basic human rights. It should be, right? We should be able to defend ourselves. You attack a snake, they bite you, right? You know, a little porcupine throws a little needle at you, right? I mean, the lion's got the claws and teeth. Like, there's a defense mechanism built in to all living beings. It's God-given right at the same time, right? You want to be able to defend yourself. So yes, Israel has the right to defend itself. But in my opinion, Israel needs to be careful about the whole bombing the whole civilians, because I can't be on board with that. I openly say it. I cannot be on board with those civilians in Palestine dying. And I understand Hamas is a coward. We're all on the same page with Hamas. I know some folks are kind of tuning in now, and they may just for the first time hear me talking about this. But how about this? I just narrow it down to this. Anytime there's an innocent life is lost, I'm against that. If that's coming from Israel end of things, yeah, I'm against that. Israel doesn't have an easy fight in their hand. So there's that. Mad Dog, $2. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Do away with the ATF and NFA. I agree, dude. I agree. Like, some of the shit the ATF does, it's infuriating. Like, it's most recently, what was it was the brace rule, and there was something else. What was it? Something that got shut, there was an injunction on the brace rule, I think it was. Or was it the force reset triggers? I don't know what it was. It was one of these things, right? And the ATF said, oh, you know what? That judge's ruling doesn't apply to all courts, so therefore we're going to continue taking enforcement action. And then their other excuse was that, what was that organization? I know, Firearms Coalition, and then the other one, NGSW? What was that? I forget. Another organization that if you're a member of, you're a plaintiff, the injunction applied to those plaintiffs. And ATF is like, well, we don't know who are the members. So they don't share the member list with us. So therefore, we will continue taking enforcement action. Well, as a former investigator, ATF, I'll tell you this. Guess what? You do your investigation. Okay, there's a John Doe. You don't know who that guy is, what membership he has. You do your investigation. Throughout your investigation, you can find out if that person is a member or not. There are tools to do that, right? And once you do, shut it down. Why do you still have to go after him? There's an injunction. He's protected by a court order. But you're still doing that. And when you do that, you lose my respect. Can't do that. Got to you got to abide by a judge's decision. You know? That's all I can say. And I think, and by the way, I'll be honest with you. I know one ATF agent guy, and that was my old state police classmate. I haven't spoken with him in a long time. But I'm sure there are folks in there who don't agree with some of the shit that's going on. And I'm sure that you guys are going to say, well, then he doesn't have to do that job. It's not easy to leave a job, man. He shouldn't have done it. If he went in and doing that job, he's part of tyranny. Perhaps you're right. Yeah. Daryl, what's up, man? How's it going, man? Things are good, buddy. Need advice. I'm trying to sight in my 1-4 LPV at my first, but my range only got 25 yards. I want 50, 100 yards. Any tips? Dude, absolutely. Like, get a smaller target. Like, sight it in. At 25 yards, you can sight it in. Let me see. So there are those targets, which I forget their name. There's guidance on the targets, but dude, sight it in at 25 yards. Dude, it's going to require some calculation. If you sight it in at literally just below the center zone, I don't know how long it's going to be. And that would automatically, if you get it right on the measurement, that would automatically mean you just sighted it at 50 yards. You know, reduce targets, but also this, like at 25 yards, if you sight it in, what would it be? Would it be like an inch? I don't know. You got to do the math on that one. I got to check it. But if you just sight it in just below the center line, an inch or whatever it is, and you're consistently hitting that area, at 50, that round will have enough elevation to hit center zone. So you would have it basically zeroed in at 50. That's what I do. That's what I did in my previous rifle in indoor, and it worked great, flawlessly for me. Because remember, the round initially kind of goes up because you hold the barrel up a little bit, right? So it kind of arcs like that, kind of, because you're holding the barrel up. So that first point of cross zone, the flat line, is the 50 yards, and then the next one will be, when it comes down, 200 yards, right? So if you actually zero it at 25 yards just below the center zone, like just below the bullseye, I think like an inch, I forgot, theoretically at 50 yards, you're going to hit the center zone. Does that make sense, Daryl? I don't know, I'm talking. All right. U8. All right. I started watching this channel 3 years ago, and now I have Glock 17 Gen 5 and a budget AR-15 pistol from Delton. I've been loving it. Thanks for the helpful content. Thanks, brother. Absolutely good hearing that. I've been with the channel for a year, so glad to hear that it's been out there for years helping you out. Thanks, Daryl. All right. Good stuff. You'll have dual distance zero, 100 yards as it rises, further as it falls. Yeah, so what I do is I always zero it at 50 yards. So at 50, I get 200 yards, same point of impact. Moving on. Kai, I just added my LPVO 50 yards. Is it true that it'll also be accurate at 200 yards? Yeah, absolutely. So if you have it zeroed at 50, at 200, you don't have to change your holdover at all. You still, at 200, you hold the center again, and you'll have the same point of impact. So, Tim Johnson, how come Clint has not gone live? Well, Clint, on the last, not this Monday, prior Monday, he had a podcast with GOA, so he was busy with that. And this Monday, he's just traveled to a classic here to North Carolina to do a bunch of videos with us. So he's literally not home. You know, so he's doing videos with us. That's why he's not able to go live. He was actually going to join me tonight, but again, they were at the range shooting guns and all that stuff, and I had to leave for the stream. Uzair Shimshek. Oh, $5. Thanks, dude. Hey, great stream. Any advice on who recently started training self-defense and I accidentally pointed the gun on trainer? Oh shit, you pointed your gun at your trainer, instructor? Well, don't do it again. I mean, advice would be don't do it again. No, always be aware of where your muzzle is pointed. Jeez. Man, if you pointed your gun at me, at my range, I would kick you out. There's no way you're going to shoot at my range again. And I sincerely mean it, and I don't forgive. No. You'd have to go find a different trainer. I would have to kick you out of my range. No way. I'm not getting shot. Brandon, $2. Thanks, brother. I got my concealed carry permit. Any good handguns? Oh, my God, dude. Like, that's a pretty broad question. I mean, there's a lot of great handguns. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to, concealed carry? Oh, well, first of all, let me ask you this. Like, what's your body type? How big are you? Like, depends, how big your hands are. There's so many good options out there, man. I carry a Hellcat Pro, Springfield Hellcat Pro. I love it. Baki, THB. What is it? What's the, which currency is this? The THB. I never heard of it. What country makes a profit out of this war? Everybody. Everybody, dude. You're selling guns. You're selling ammo. Listen, even Turkey, some guys were telling me, well, Turkey has a lot of ammunition manufacturers. You sell ammo. Turkey has been selling ammo to Ukraine. I'm sure there's ammo is now going to Israel. I'm sure there's ammo going to Hamas, everywhere. The defense sector is making great deal of money from war. All right. Generally, do you have any opinions on the PSA dagger kayak? Dude, I don't have any experience with it. I think I helped one of our followers. He saw me at the range. He brought his PSA dagger, and I helped him zero his red dot, right? So I fired a magazine and zeroed it for him, and felt good, man. It wasn't bad. Like I mean, it just felt like a good old regular gun. Again, I would have to spend more time with it, but I have nothing negative to say about it. Vito, you see the registration numbers in Illinois. What registration number are you talking about? Thailand. Okay, so he's from Thailand. All right, I see. All right, okay. Does it make any sense to put anything on a concealed carry pistol that needs to be turned on? I'm not sure what you mean. Like do you mean like a light? Do you mean a red dot? Can you elaborate on that, Black Mama? All right. Clint's a slacker. Thanks for mopping up after him. Nah, Clint's been, dude, he's just been back and forth. He's busy. Like lately with all the military obligations and stuff like that, he's busy, dude. Trust me. The man is busy, and I try to pick up the slack as much as I can, of course. But he's busy. It's fun to shoot videos with him, though. We have a good time. Black Mama, red dot. Oh, yeah. I highly recommend a red dot, dude. Red dots are just so much faster. Like, statistically, think about this. Like, I'm an iron sights guy, and I've been kind of switching slowly, transitioning into red dots. And the more I shoot red dot, man, it's just so much easier. It is so much faster to acquire your sights. My accuracy, right now, if I shoot iron sights or red dot, my accuracy is about the same because I haven't fully switched, transitioned to red dot. So I haven't learned the red dot all that well yet. But when it comes to like point, I am so much faster on getting on my target like that. That's it. So red dots are absolutely... They are just superior, indeed. Yeah. Let's see. Wait, Stephen John. Only issue has been some attached pieces like the front sight wiggling because it's not tightened down enough. Oh, I see. Well, that's not good. Better put some red Loctite on that one. You leave the power on when carrying. Yeah, dude. For a carry gun, dude, get one of those shake awake activation red dots. But you got to really be on top of your battery life. Okay. Anybody who thinks that red dots don't die, guys, red dots die. It's happened to me. Again, I don't want to say it happened to me during combat. No, it's happened to me during actual training, right? It just dies on you. So better keep up with that battery. So that's important. Especially if it's your carry gun, man. Like every time you leave your house, guys, if you're carrying guns, which I recommend you guys do, every time you leave your house, check your equipment check. Like when I was a police officer, man, every time, before I started my patrol, like when I put my uniform on, I'd put it in a way that I liked. The tightness of my belt. I check my magazine. Everything is looking good. My gun, I'd look at it, disassemble it, put it back together. Everything is working great. Obviously, make sure the round is in the chamber, right? Check my radio. My radio battery is good to go. My light battery is good to go. Because I've been in situations where I needed my light, like literally doing some shitty situations on patrol, and my light just went bam like that. And that was a failure on me. So make sure you guys are always checking your equipment. Have a little roll call with yourself before you leave your house. Claudio Christian, $5. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Hey, brother, what 12 gauge ammo do you recommend for target practice with the Beretta A300? Also, what home defense 12 gauge do you recommend? Dude, okay, so I'm not the biggest shotgun person. However, federal, obviously great for some home defense, maybe a little bit expensive when it comes to training. So we've been using, lately I've been using like Panzer. Panzer is pretty good, cheaper, right? Zuber, cheaper. So we've been using those for practice, but for some home defense stuff, federal, get those guys. That's what I say. Kai, if you're carrying with your shake awake, it'll turn on every time you take a step in continuous. Exactly. That's why those batteries got like 55,000 hours or 35,000 hours battery life. It's CR2032, bro. Guess what? They're cheap. Carry on you a few months, turn it off. Throw it away, put a new one on. Get a little pack from Amazon for like 15 bucks. Keep it at home. Every couple of months, ditch it. Throw a new one in there. You know? All right, moving on. Chris Ferguson, $5. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Thoughts on Bass Pro Shops requiring people in free states around Illinois to show ID for magazine and ammo purchase? Total bullshit, in my opinion. What do you mean show ID? Like, I remember, like, you give in Illinois, you give your FOID card. I know that. Well, that's because then it's an Illinois thing. But I don't know about the ID thing. So, what else we got? Did I miss another super chat? Wait, did I do? No, I don't think so. All right, going down here. Gotham KX. Kaya, do you appendix carry? I've been carrying for about 6 months now. I don't carry one in the chamber because I'm scared to shoot my PP off. All right, great topic. Let's get into it. Let me take a sip here. All right. I used to carry, hold on, let me hide this real quick. Hide. All right, I used to carry it right back here, guys. Over here for quite some time, right? My Springfield XTS. Then I switched to appendix carry because it is faster to obviously to get. There's some downsides to everything, right? Now, let me see where that, boom, put that back up there. Now, I always say, and I'm pretty radical on this, that if you carry a gun with no round in the chamber, don't carry it. It may hurt you more than you think. Because I believe gunfights do happen, generally speaking. There's exceptions, right? Gunfights happen fast. They happen fast, and I can show you a gazillion different videos right now the civilians are getting into. And that civilian, literally, all he has time for is draw and fire. Okay? There's that. And sometimes you don't have your support hand available to you all at times in situations where you have to push the guy off or whoever it is, or perhaps you're shot with it. Now, let me give you tell you a little story. Way back when I was a local police officer, I worked in a rough area and we had these projects, and the projects were secured by a enforcement called Metro Enforcement. They were security guards. They weren't cops, but they were armed. And one of the guys was a good friend, as in like I knew him. Like every time I patrol, I'd see him. We would chat. Good guy. I get a little shots fired call at the one of the projects, right? I think it was Concord Commons or whatever it was. I forgot. I get there. This Metro Enforcement guy that I know is shot. He's shot in his knee. He's shot in his arm. He's shot in his thigh. And I think he took one in the vest. 9mm. And he's walking. He's a righty. I think, yeah. He's got his gun in the holster. The dude ambushes him from like by the tree lines, shoots him. He takes the very first round to his arm. Bone breaks. He said when he was running, his arm was flopping around. He had no control over it. And his gun was in the holster. He couldn't use his dominant arm, so he had to use his support hand to somehow get that gun out of that level 3 holster. I used to train support hand draw with my level 3 holster. I used to do pretty good. Then, if the gun, obviously, he returned fire back to that tree line, then he would have to, if he didn't have one in the chamber, he would also have to rack it somehow, right? Oh, yeah, I can rack it with my belt, right? Well, go ahead, good luck. That's how you induce malfunction. And then here you have a gun that he can't even use. So with that being said, I understand it is a little scary, the thought of it. Oh, my God, I can shoot my PP off, whatever. You got to trust your equipment. So don't gamble with your life getting shitty equipment, okay? Get something that you can trust. A gun that is got certain safeties in place and is proven to not go off on their own, right? So get an equipment that you can trust and also train yourself at a level where you can actually trust your training ability, like your abilities through training. So yes, I appendix carry, and I'm not afraid at all. I got a gun right there. I can't show you because YouTube guidelines. I carry one in the chamber, and I'm ready. And another story that I can tell you guys is exactly this. There's a video on YouTube. I can show you that too. A 7-Eleven employee, 2 robbers walk in, try to rob the 7-Eleven. There's a father and son. Son is about maybe 20, 21-year-old grown kid, right? And these robbers just want money. They got the guns pointed at him and everything. And while they're doing something, one of the robbers kind of like look away for a second, and the father, who's standing next to his son, pulls his gun out. He wants to engage that robber. 2 things wrong in this picture. Number 1, the father did have the drop on him because robber was busy with something else. He looked somewhere else. Number 1, father didn't have a round in the chamber. Number 2, he never trained. It was very obvious. He pulled his gun out, and he just started like with two fingers, like you see in the movies, right? He pulls the gun out and he's trying to rack it. He can't because of the fine motor skills being kind of lost a little bit or reduced, lessened. He couldn't rack the gun. By then, the robber looked at him, saw that, shot him and the son, and killed them both. There's so many examples like that, guys. I understand that you want to carry your gun with no round in the chamber, but you got to understand that it could be a more liability to you than a help. There may be some situations that you may get shot because you have that damn thing on you and you couldn't even, like, you try to get it out like that 7-Eleven guy. So there's a lot of responsibilities on carrying firearms. It's not a joke, right? You're responsible for every single round that comes out of that. You got to know your laws. Hopefully you're in a good district that you can be backed by those prosecutors. You got to know a lot of things. Hopefully you got a good insurance on that one. And hopefully you're trained to be able to effectively engage and your equipment is good to go. But if you don't have one in the chamber and you think you can be this John Wick guy, you can just carry and bang, like literally, you see the Israeli police, Israeli military, you see like Turkish police, in Turkish military, they just like draw, rack, and then engage. If you think you're going to have that right there, you're mistaken, my friend. There's going to be a lot of situations where you have no time. You have nothing. And that's luxury. Time is a very big luxury when it comes to combat. So, all right, moving on. So I Gotham kicks, train, trust your equipment, you'll be fine. Yeah, it's called Israeli draw, and I think it is absolutely. Hey, listen, if that's what they want to do, if that's anybody who's watching this right now, if that's how you want to be, it's on you. I can only tell you my personal opinion, and that's based on my training and based on my real-world experience. I can tell you those, and whatever I put down, whether you want to pick it up or not, it's up to you. I can't force any of my thoughts on any of you, and I don't want to anyways. But I feel obligated to tell you guys my thoughts. I would never carry a gun with no round in the chamber for self-defense purposes. All right. Manic, you have to show license at Blackstone in Charlotte for North Carolina for purchase. Yeah, if, as far as I know, you got to show your ID, and that's good enough. You don't have to have anything else. Not carrying around in the chamber is like thinking you can put your seatbelt on before you can get into a car accident. Good analogy, dude. Yeah, good analogy. Absolutely. Kaya, you missed 2 super chats. Going back up. All right, going back up. Black Mama, $5, $4.99. Thanks, appreciate it. You didn't say anything though. Maybe you didn't mean to. All right. Sig Sweet and Sour, $10. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Ever think about going to donut operators in Brandon Herrera's YouTube range day coming up? I didn't even know they have a range day coming up. I have met both donut operator and Brandon Herrera at Gundy's just this past last year. But I don't know them. They don't know me. I saw them, I introduced myself, and we just took a picture. That was it. Donut operator, literally his exact the same content as what I do in my own YouTube channel, but mine is in Turkish. My entire social media is in Turkish. Although I just started a full English Instagram channel. It's called Copper Kaya. Like literally, I thought I put it even here, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, see that on the side of the screen? It says Copper Kaya. That's my new Instagram account. If you guys are wanting to follow, you can. But that's all English. But my main Instagram account is generally Turkish, but I post everything there. My whole YouTube, everything is all Turkish. That's why I don't advertise a classic at all. I don't ever talk about it because it's Turkish. But I do, my YouTube channel has like well over 500K subscribers. I'm thankful for that. Is all police video breakdown kind of shit, but it's in Turkish. So, moving on. What else we got? Dylan Watts, do you think EOTech is overrated? I don't think EOTech is overrated. I think it's very good. They're very robust, nice, good quality stuff. EOTech isn't for me. You know, they're just too big, too bulky. Like if you ever had those guns like the Scars, for example, right? Or CC Brand 2, like you try racking those things, your hand touches that EOTech and it's a knuckle buster, right? I don't like that. And I don't like the holographic sights. I like a good old red dot. I'm biased though. That's all I know. That's all I've trained. So, all right. What do you think about the 5.7 upper classic cells? I don't know, like which one. I honestly don't know anything about that. Classic sells a lot of things, man. So I don't know. But just because classic sells something doesn't mean if something I don't like, I wouldn't try to say, hey, this is good. I'm not that guy. Let's see what else you guys are asking. Are we sleepwalking into World War III? What do you guys think? Do you think we are? I'm really curious. In my opinion, if we get into a conflict in the Middle East, I think we may be. Because we're going to spread thin, and Putin may take advantage of that Ukraine and start spreading his stuff to other places. And next thing you know, a lot of other countries are involved. Like if U.S. gets involved with the whole Israel thing more than U.S. should, well, Iran is going to get involved. And now Iran is pretty powerful, you guys know. And Iran is backing Hamas, obviously Hezbollah. And Iran has got its proxies to kind of do a bunch of things in the Middle East. I feel like this is a dangerous game that's being played over in Israel right now. Because Turkey is a U.S. ally, NATO member, second biggest NATO military, and an extremely strategic location in the world. That U.S. absolutely does need Turkey, and Turkey does need U.S. too. You know, it's a mutual friendship. Business, partnership, let's just say. Turkey will side with Palestine humanitarian crisis. I'll just tell you that. So if U.S. starts backing Israel too much and starts getting too messy over there, U.S. is going to have Turkey against it. Turkey is going to be against the U.S. Like I'm just saying, it's just gonna press a nerve, like a country like Turkey and some other countries in the region that you don't want to really get into any negative relationship with. It just wouldn't be good for the U.S. is what I'm trying to say, and to get in that never-ending conflict in Israel. That's why I always say, dude, I mean, listen, I've met so many Israeli folks. They're amazing. I run Agilite plate carriers. I love them. And I love the guys over at Agilite. Great guys. Dude, I don't look at people what they are, man. What religion, what color. Hey, if you're good people, you're innocent, you're a civilian, let's just say, I'm good. But anybody who goes out there and shoots babies in the head, or it doesn't matter, like anybody, you look at them and you just shoot them in the head because, hey, they're Jewish. Fuck you. So, moving on. But at the same time, I always say, I'm saying again, those bombs being dropped in all those civilian areas in Palestine, on those Palestinians, innocent people dying, I can't be on board with that. That's horrible, and that is a war crime, in my opinion. It can't be like that. Hopefully they find some sort of diplomatic resolution. I just don't think U.S. is gonna. It just wouldn't be in the interest of U.S. to get really deep involved. And you guys got to understand, U.S. and Israel is a pretty close ally. I mean, there's a huge Jewish population, and there's a lot of money in the United States too that's in the hands of a lot of Jewish people. So U.S. has to support Jewish Israel because there's that friendship ally. Two countries are allies. But I just hope U.S. doesn't go too much in and then starts getting pulled into something that we can't get out of. That's all. All right. Let's see. Mad Dog 2, $5. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Okay, it's Biden's fault that Iran is so strong now by shutting down oil production. I agree with you. I can't believe it, dude. Why did some of those policies got implemented, dude? That Iran starts to sell oil and all that. Like Iran hates America. So if Iran is rich, Iran is going to use that money to kill Americans. Well, I mean, man, that sucks. I'd also like to hear Kaya's take on the 507 comp. Holosun? I don't think. Yeah, I don't have any experience with that, man. I'm sorry, Vince. I'd love to give you my opinion, but I don't have any experience on that. Yeah. Moving on. Let's see. AB, peace be upon the prophets. 3 times as much as Israeli civilians, dude. What do you mean? You mean Palestinians that died? I know, I said it. I mean, if you're new to the live stream, yeah, literally so much more Palestinians are dead right now, and that's not good. That's not good. My heart goes out to those people. I hope there's some sort of peace agreement or some diplomatic resolution, but this is not good for anybody. As I said at the beginning, like Israel's got a tough fight in his hand because, yes, you are capable of carpet bombing and wiping those people, but you're going to have all these civilian casualties. You're going to have a lot of enemies, man. For every person you kill, you're going to radicalize 10 more. And I don't think that's not good, man. Nobody wins this war. Nobody. So it's sad. Moving on. Let's see what else we got. Do we have anything else up here? Nart, I agree. This can lead to a very serious and huge world conflict. Exactly, guys. It is. I mean, I hope. What do you guys think? Should we spend our resources and we actually go to Israel, or should we actually spend all those resources to southern border. I mean, yeah, can we do both? Sure. I mean, the U.S. is an ally of Israel. Of course, you're going to support Israel, but how much support should we give? You know, like southern border gets nothing. As I said at the beginning of this stream, Sheriff Mark Lamb is literally fighting for the border like nobody else. And he says this is the worst he's ever seen. And there's zero help. I was actually watching this. Wait, there was this interview on CNN. This lady was literally saying, I don't know, some congresswoman, I think she was, on a Democratic congresswoman, openly said the border is secure. I think it was Jake Tapper from CNN. Jake asked him, "Is like, hey, so do you think border is secure?" And she was like, "Yeah, border is secure." Literally, she said, "Southern border is secure." If CNN tells you southern border is not secure and we got a problem, what do you think? Just take a wild guess. What do you think? CNN is literally admitting the southern border is a disaster. And guess what? The FBI just 4 days ago, announced actually that there are some people who are linked to Hamas terrorist organization are entering into the United States through the southern border. Think about that. Already, our southern border is being used by some Hamas terrorists. Think about it. So, John Vale, do you think this war will lead to a battle on American soil? Here's how I think it would how a conflict on American soil would be like. It would be certain radicalized folks entering into this country, whether through legal ways, falling through the cracks or under the radar, or illegal ways through the southern border, which is wide open. Why wouldn't you, right? And then do some radicalized terrorist acts in the United States, like obviously doing some shooting, like San Bernardino in California, like we saw years ago, or bombing, something. And I truly hope the FBI and other federal agencies and local agencies somehow are able to prevent, and I know they will. They prevent shit all the time. I know you guys don't hear about it, but they prevent certain horrible acts all the time with intel. But some get through, right? So I hope that they're able to prevent them all. But I feel like this war, if we get involved with a lot of shit over there, it's going to bleed into over here, not necessarily a military type invasion, but more like infiltration among citizens and doing some heinous acts like Boston bombing and some other nonsense like that. God, I hope that doesn't happen, but I feel like it is very plausible for folks to enter through the southern border illegally, or even perhaps even sometimes legal ways to go get in here under the radar and start being radicalized over here, start being organized over here. Why not? I said this 3 weeks ago when this conflict started, and I'm saying it again. Why not? Why? Tell me how, give me a reason why this wouldn't happen. You know, I think it would. So, and I'm not trying to panic anybody. I'm just telling you my thoughts. It could happen. So that's why I say I don't believe in the U.S. going balls to the wall with Israel. I think U.S. should support Israel like U.S. does because they're allies. But I think there's a fine line U.S. need to cross here, to walk here, because there's a lot of civilians being killed in Palestine, Gaza right now. And if U.S. doesn't condemn the civilian killings and continues to like full-blown Palestine support, Israel support, then I think U.S. would gain a lot more hate, you know? Again, you can't kill an ideology, man. So I just don't know. I hope Hamas is removed from this conversation and there's a diplomatic solution. That's what I can hope. So, and how does this affect the Second Amendment, guys? So we talk about this all the time. So how does this affect the Second Amendment? Bro, we just literally saw in Israel, bunch of Hamas folks went in there and just start executing people. Like there are videos, guys. There are videos of people just in their cars walking down the streets and getting shot, just point blank with AK-47s, kids, everybody. There are videos, CCTV footages. Dude, a firearm is a great equalizer, okay? I'm a big guy. I'm not a small dude. I'm not the biggest guy, but I'm a 6'3", 200-pound guy, and I don't have much fat on me, so I'm okay. I'm pretty happy with what I have. So I can take, and I also do some little martial arts. I keep myself in shape, and I'm able to wrestle. I'm able to do jiu-jitsu. I'm able to do a couple of things. So when it comes to a one-to-one conflict, unless the guy is just so much like very well trained, I probably give that guy a pretty good fight. And somebody who's smaller than me, who's not trained, I probably whoop them. But as soon as a firearm is introduced, now that's an equalizer. Now I can't be that. I can't abuse that person because of my size advantage or training advantage. Now there's a firearm involved. It could be literally a 100-pound female. It's a great equalizer. So how does that affect Second Amendment? Guys, we all have the right to defend ourselves, and not everybody's created equally. A firearm is a great equalizer. So I truly believe responsible firearm ownership. Responsible means you got to train yourself. Do it legally. You got to train yourself, and you got to keep yourself in shape to be able to overcome some of those threats that you may possibly face. Hopefully not. So. Justified if you come at me, bro, 5'7", 130. That will be justified. You're right. You could actually argue that easily. No one will invade us because of our armed civilian population. I mean, there's a good argument to be made there. Yeah, the U.S. has all the guns, but hey, they're trying to take our guns. There's look at this. Illinois just brought up that assault weapons ban and all this shit slowly, bro. That's why, I recommend supporting Gun Owners of America. I'm a member of Gun Owners of America, and those guys have a no compromise policy. So if you're not a member of Gun Owners of America, become a member of Gun Owners of America. GOA, guys. No compromise policy. Awesome folks. I know those guys. I met those guys, and no compromise. They fight. Like in the background, you see some of those all those appeals being submitted. Like there's a Brace ruling and all these rulings, and there's always this fight back. It's GOA and Firearm coalitions. Like all these folks actually in the background fight for the Second Amendment. So support these organizations. The more you support them, the better they fight for us, man. Again, I am a huge proponent of legal and responsible firearms ownership. I've had firearms. In the last 12 years, I've had guns. I've never hurt anybody. I never hurt anybody, bro. So it's not the firearms. It's you. Okay? So moving on. GOA, NRA. I'd agree, man. GOA is awesome. Yeah. There you go. Matthew, GOA, FBC, GOATS. Yeah, FBC has been killing it. I agree, dude. Just go support these guys. On the screen right here. Go support them. Become a member. Trust me. If there's any firearms related wins in court, it's these guys that make it happen. So from now on my live streams, I'm going to keep reminding this thing. This is the first time I think I'm reminding you guys. So I'd like to give the shout outs to those guys that they deserve, And Steve Hughes, the Canadian border is open too. We don't hear much about that. I agree. If you guys haven't seen Vivek Ramaswamy, he actually went up to the Canadian border and saw that, hey, that border is pretty wide open too. He was able to cross no problems. Now, is that a threat? Of course. No border should be open. If a border is open, then that's not a border, right? We can all agree to that. If a border is open, then there's no border. Just because you have this invisible thing drawn on a map doesn't mean shit. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm more concerned about southern border than northern border. Again, they should all be secure. It's already harder to get to Canada than the U.S. than Mexico, sorry. It's harder to get to Canada, get a visa and travel to Canada than to Mexico. I mean, anybody can get a visa to Mexico, right? You want to go to Mexico? You go to Mexico. You want to go to Canada? Well, you got to go through some of the process, right? For us Americans and perhaps some European nations, maybe a little bit easier. But a lot of other nations, no, you got to go through the whole visa thing. So with that being said, southern border, it's wide open. So easy to go get to Mexico and then jump the border from there. And there are human traffickers, man. You pay them $5-10 grand, they help you cross. So Devin, my comment got overlooked again. Which comment, dude? I didn't see it. Sorry. I'll look for it. Finn's GOA membership cost, dude, I don't know. Honestly, I don't want to speak for him. I don't know the prices. But go to GOA.com or .org. What is it? Hold on. Let me check. GOA.org. Was it org? Nope. Nope, not org. .com. Hold on. Gun owners. Oh, gunowners.org. Yeah, gunowners.org. So if you guys go there, I'm sure there's some information there. So, Kenny, Kaya, thanks for your service and love what you bring to CF. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. If you want to bring your KTM to ride the best single track in Wyoming, hit me up. Wait, what state is that? VV? What? What? Is that Wyoming? I'm in North Carolina, dude. I would love to ride. Dude, it's been a while since I rode my bike. I got to ride that thing. $25 annually. There you go. TNT Network YouTube says. I can afford $25. Such an important cause. Exactly, dude. $25 annually, you become a GOA member and you support those guys. And guess what? They freaking fight for us. Period. FPC as well. FPC is very important too, guys. Oh, VV, West Virginia. Jesus, man. My foreigner side came out. Sorry, guys. Dude, I would take a trip to West Virginia all day long. Throw that shit in the back of my truck and just drive. Dear Kaya, how about having Mr. Tim of Military Arms channel in the CF podcast because Tim loves the GOA over the NRA? He knows nothing about me, but I know him, like as in I've watched a bunch of his videos. Seems like an awesome guy. He knows what he's talking about. I would be very happy to meet him. Would love to have him on a podcast, of course. Yeah, I'd be very happy to meet him and have him on a podcast sometime soon, hopefully. Well, we would if I meet him, maybe a SHOT Show. Whenever I see him, I'd definitely offer, for sure. Because I don't have any communication channel with him. He doesn't know who I am. I don't know. And I have only watched his videos. Mass shooting in Maine. Stay safe, everyone. Whoa, what happened? Let me Google this thing real quick, guys. Maine shooting. Fuck, you're right. Active shooter incident. Hold on. 16 minutes ago. Of course, CNN. Let me see this. Oh, shit. 16 people are dead. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Let me put this over here. Damn. Present, share screen. All right, guys, let's take a look at this. All right, 16 dead and suspect at large after shootings in the area of Lewiston, Maine, authorities say. Oh, my God, freaking horrible. 16 people are dead. 50 to 60 people are injured. That's a rifle, guys. That's a fucking rifle. 50 to 60 people are injured. Though it's unclear how many are injured due to gunfire, sources say. Is that just one person? Authorities say in Maine, authorities in Maine are investigating multiple active shooter events, and suspect remains A suspect remains at large. We're encouraging all businesses to lock down and close while we investigate. Oh my God, dude. 60 people injured, 16 dead? What is going on? Is this just one person? I wondered if this is fucking related to the whole Israel thing. I hope not. Because that's what we've been talking about, like, but I hope not. All right. Let's see what else. That's it. That's the preliminary reporting, guys. This literally came out 16 minutes ago. ABC News, 6 minutes ago. NBC News, let's see. Active shooter situation, identified 2 businesses. Okay, they went into businesses. Let's see, hold on. Can I shut this thing down, maybe?
Power off.
Let me see if I can stop sharing. Let me see if I can get the sound on. Entire. Okay. Yeah, this is it. So.
But we could pull up that picture of City Hall. It's likely that this is the kind of situation where, because it's so active and because police worry that reporters will be in danger out in the field, that they ask them to go to city locations. In this case, Lewiston City Hall here, State Police, we are just hearing State Police are expected to make a statement here at City Hall shortly. So that's why we're there right now, because that's where that information will be coming from, as reporters, obviously from across the state, are gathering there tonight to keep everybody safe.
We also have our Jack Molmet, who is live in Lewiston. He's right outside of Spare Time Recreation, which is, again, one of the 2 active scenes that we know of that police are investigating. And Jack Molmet, you mentioned that it has been still very...
Hold on. Can you guys hear the audio in the video, guys? Can somebody confirm? Maybe I'll look at my phone. I'll look at my phone real quick. Maybe I'll look at my phone. Hold on. Okay, audio is good. All right.
very much an active scene where you are.
That's right, Amanda. Like you said, I'm across the street from Spare Time Recreation. And if you look over my shoulder here, you could see that this is very much still an active scene. As we pulled in there, looking to get some better picture of what's happening, police told us that we need to leave. They said that that was very much an active situation. And like we've been hearing all this time, this location at the bowling alley, the Spare Time Recreation, along the Shemengan Bar, and then the Walmart Distribution Center in Lewiston, not to be confused with the Walmart store in Auburn. This is the Walmart Distribution Warehouse in Lewiston. Those are all areas in which law enforcement are searching. Now, when we were in this parking lot, we did see several dozen law enforcement cars there. And while we were driving up this road here, we did see several dozen people waiting outside the Central Maine Medical Center. There were dozens of people there talking amongst themselves, looking just for more information about what's going on. And then across the street from Central Maine Medical Center, we saw more than a dozen ambulances on standby. And as we've been saying all along, this is still very much an active shooter investigation. Law enforcement has told us repeatedly they're looking at 3 different locations. And as we've been saying all this time, again, we are still waiting on some more information from law enforcement. If they have any more updates to give us, we're still on standby for that. And they said that this is still very much an active situation. They say that people must stay inside, do not drive, lock your doors, and be on the lookout. There is a staging ground located in the city of Lewiston for people to regroup with one another if they do not have anywhere else to go. And I know that we've taken that shot a few times to see what developments could be there at that point. But what we do know is that we are here across one of the locations where law enforcement is investigating where this active shooter has been, along with the Walmart Distribution Center in Lewiston, and along with that bar in Lewiston that's called Shemengan Bar. So this is where we are across the street, still very much an active situation. You can see there is an officer here standing by to make sure, looking like nobody else can go in there at this moment. And like I said, there are a few dozen law enforcement vehicles within there. So like I said, Lewiston is asking people to stay indoors, to lock their doors, don't go outside, don't drive, be on the lookout.
And Jack, it is admittedly dark there, so it is tough to see. Can you paint that scene for us a little more? You're saying a few dozen police cars, but are there any people milling about aside from police tonight?
We did not see any people there at that moment, but while we were driving in through the main downtown strip off Pine Street, we did see quite the scene with officers. It was looking like as we were pulling in, officers were scattering wherever they could to look for the potential suspected shooter. We even saw them draw guns on somebody. We ended up talking with those people later, and they said that they didn't really have anything to do with this, and police quickly moved on from there. So it's still very much an active situation. We saw police lined up on Pine Street and that area off Pine Street and Lisbon, but they quickly moved out of there. So you can see that the Lewiston Police and other law enforcement agencies are scaling the town up and down to look for the suspected shooter, as this is still a very active situation at this time. But no, Zach, to answer your question, looks like this place is all on lockdown. It's all law enforcement vehicles, bright lights everywhere. I can't say I've ever seen this many police cars in one area in my life.
Jack Mohamed, thank you. And yes, we are hearing that it is very much an active scene. Again, Schmenge's Bar and Grill on Lincoln Street, Spare Time Recreation, where our Jack is, that's on Mollison Way. And as Jack mentioned, also now Walmart Distribution Center is an area that they are focusing on. And Lewiston Police have released a photo of the car. We're working to get that up for you so that you can see the car that they are looking for, that they believe this suspect was using. Again, they are asking everyone to stay where you are, lock the doors. Do we have the photo? We have the photo. There we go.
All right, there you can see on your screen. It looks like a white car there, possibly a Subaru. Police say that they believe the front bumper may be painted black. So they are asking that if...
Why can't you... Fuck, I've been talking. Hold on one sec. Why can't you hear me? God, hold on. I've been talking here. Stop screen. Wait, you guys didn't hear anything I said? I turned it down, though. Okay. What I was saying is, like, I was just saying 20 minutes ago that, hey, I have multiple guns. I've got ARs. I never hurt anybody. And now they're going to try to go after ARs again, because this is most likely going to be an AR or some long gun, right? And God damn, dude. Hold on. I don't understand. It's the StreamYard. No. Oh, yeah, now you can hear me. Perfect. And long story short, they're going to go after the ARs. And here's the thing. Why do I need an AR? Because I can. And number two is, how am I supposed to fight this fucking guy? Okay? Am I supposed to fight this guy with a pistol? Of course I'm going to fight this guy with an AR. Or whatever I can get. Anything as fast as I can to incapacitate that guy. Long gun confirmed, right? Yeah. There you go, Tim. I knew right off the gate, dude. When it said 50 to 60 people injured, 16 dead, this is a huge deal, guys. I'm sorry, but anybody who doesn't like guns, they're going to use, this is going to be a huge tool in their toolbox. So, this sucks. This sucks. Okay, 22 dead now. I literally just got a text from Aaron. 22 dead, guys. 22 dead. This is fucking insane. 22 dead. I got 31 text messages. Holy shit. I didn't even look at my phone. Okay. Just imagine, okay. All right, somebody says, why do you need an AR-15? Look, when you have an AR-15, you're able to kill so many people so fast like that. Let me ask you a question. There's evil like that on the streets. This dude just killed 22 people, over 60 people dead, 60 people injured, and I guarantee there's going to be more dead people popping up. How am I supposed to fight this guy? Okay, you disarm me. I don't have an AR. How am I supposed to fight this guy? Evil exists, and they have access to all these guns. They do. No, I mean, you can't ever stop bad guys. They're criminals for a reason, right? How am I supposed to fight this guy? He's not a rookie with that body count. I don't know what his background is, but all I can tell you is this guy. Have you ever been to a club, a bar that it's got some happy hour going on, or just like packed up on a Friday? Trust me, bro. You don't have to be a rookie. You can just point and just start popping rounds in there. You'll take a lot of people out. And with a pistol, literally, with a pistol, you can do that. You know, throw a high capacity magazine or multiple pistols. Like you do a lot. You do a lot of damage, dude. It happens very fast. If you ever want to know, like if you ever want to have a little eye opener, you know, count to 30 seconds and imagine you've got a couple of guns in your hand and a crowd, like count to 30 seconds of how many people can you shout with it. That's a lot. So it's really, you go to a crowded place, man, you can do that. It's the evil. It's not the guns, man. It's evil behind them, man. Wait, bearded white man with long black cargo pants, brown sweater. What's his age? Do you guys know? Like approximately? Tan shoes, hair swept to the left, heavy scope on his long gun. Heavy scope on his long gun. Well, it's not a bolt action. Let me see what else is there. Oh, man. What happened? There's an active shooter incident in Maine. 22 people are dead. 20s to 30s? Matthew, is that confirmed? I mean, I literally turned the news off because you guys couldn't hear me because I don't know how to navigate through the StreamYard thing. But holy crap, guys, this is horrible, man. So let me see. Maine active shooting. And I'm going to try to kind of keep, let me refresh. Keep up with it. Live stream. Hold on. I'm going to go to YouTube. Maine shooting. See if I can actually. Oh, shit. Here's freaking video, too. Oh, yeah. He's got an AR. Here's the feed. Come on.
Perhaps pull up that close-up shot we have of the shooter, because I think it's really important that we look at who he is tonight. Police are still searching
That's
for
the guy.
This man.
That's the piece of shit.
Clearly caught on surveillance camera here in a parking lot. You can see a closer shot of his face here compared to that photo we were sharing earlier. Appears to have a large gun in his hands. If you know him, please give police a call.
Yeah.
News Center Maine's Alex Haskell is standing by for us at Lewiston City Hall, where, Alex, I hear we're supposed to get more information from state police in just a few moments.
Yeah, hey, Zach, we are waiting for a spokesperson to come over here and share a few more details. The spokesperson was at the Lewiston Police Department on their way here, so we should hear from them, see them anytime. I do want to share with you kind of what the scene was like as we approached Lewiston. We got an alert on our phone, and I want to read it to you. Our phones were buzzing, and we got this alert that said, an active shooter is located in Lewiston. Avoid the area and shelter in place immediately. Lewiston officials will follow up as the situation de-escalates. So this is what a lot of folks were seeing. And as we were also approaching Lewiston, I'll never forget it. We were crossing over a bridge into the city, and I just saw a gentleman who was probably out for a walk with his headphones, just sprinting into the city, and the fear on his face, as I imagine he was hearing the news and was going to safety. So that is something that will stick with me. And then after that, there was, of course, multiple police cruisers passing us, ambulances. I believe my photographer also mentioned that he saw a SWAT vehicle. So just many officers in this area. And of course, our thoughts are with them during this dangerous time. But we are here in City Hall and just waiting for the state police spokesperson to get here and hopefully share some more details with us. But that is all we have right now. We are here, we are safe, and just waiting to get some.
No, I don't think there's multiple shooters, guys. I think it's just one. At least that's one is identified.
More details. Amanda and Zach, I'll toss things back to you and let you know right away when we hear anything new.
Alex, you mentioned, seeing that man with his headphones, really heart-wrenching. Can't imagine what people in the area are feeling, how scary things are right now, how tense things are right now. Did you also happen to see, a lot of police activity, a lot of ambulance activity?
So we saw a lot of police cruisers, a lot of ambulance pass us, I think about 10. As we were here in Lewiston, we were told to get to City Hall as quick as we can. So that was our main mission, but we had to pull over many times to allow police officers pass us. And we do stories here in Lewiston at nighttime. It's fairly active city, and it was quiet on the sidewalks, and that was a new experience. So very active with the police, but many people are staying indoors and listening to the advice given to them.
Bunch of people are texting me right now.
Absolutely, of course, tough when we talk about these kinds of things. We talk about them in other parts of the country,
right?
And we always say that line, it could never happen here, and unfortunately, it looks like it has. That alert going out on cell phones across the greater Lewiston area tonight.
Right.
It's been tough.
And I'm from the area. Brian Yacono's from the area. We have family and friends, a lot of family and friends out in that area. Obviously, our hearts go out to everybody out there. But it's something, again, that affects so many people. Obviously, it affects the entire state of Maine because we haven't seen anything of this magnitude before. But also, it affects,
Dude, why? Why is this why do people do that? I don't understand. I'm trying to, I understand the whole mental health thing, but why do you get out there and just kill random people? Damn. Well, hey, how does this affect Second Amendment, guys? Well, better be carrying guns, man, because you could be one of those folks in that area, or perhaps even at the crosshairs of that guy. So, being armed is the answer. Disarming people is not. Disarming people is, anybody who agrees with that is, they're just sheep. They're just sheep hoping that, the shepherd will come save them. Or the little sheepdog. Man. I just, this is sad. Way to end this live stream with this sad news, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna call it a night, guys, if you guys don't mind. It's literally 9:30 p.m. I gotta be up at 5 in the morning, work out and hit the gym, get to work. But I want to actually look into this a little bit. So, guys, really appreciate you guys tuning in. It was good times again. We talked about some good stuff, a little bit guns, and of course some of the politics things that are happening today. And now, unfortunately, this little very last sad news. But really pleasure having you guys here again. Every Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., a couple hours or so Eastern. I'll be live streaming for you guys, and we get to know each other a lot better. And it's more fun this way. Again, my new all English Instagram account, for you guys' pleasure. It's Copper Kaya right there. If you guys are interested, you can follow. And also Classic Firearms Official Instagram, you can follow. And I'll see you guys on our videos, the comment section. Until next Wednesday, I'm out. You guys be safe. Always exercise your rights. Do it legally. Do it right. Be responsible. Take care, guys.